Welcome in, everyone. What did I do? There was a red-haired boy. Okay. Guys, I caught Antitoad. Didn't you guys hear me talk about how nostalgic the Kintsugamori one made me? So to go through the plan or the project I'm working on here, this is really just kind of a cool idea I had to try and force myself to kind of build some experience and memories with non-Gen 1 Pokemon. My plan is to go at each generation, pick a game, play through it, stream it, and as I catch Pokemon, I'm going to be picking out a card for a pokedex binder that I'll try and complete as much as possible through the playthrough. So I picked Heart Gold for Gen 2. I know it's a Gen 4 game, but I think it's just more aesthetically pleasing to people. So the rule is going to be I can only catch Gen 2 Pokemon unless it's a Gen 1 Pokemon who I need to get a Gen 2 Pokemon. All right, let's just, I guess, start getting into it. Adventure, excited. I love Pokemon. He seems nice. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance Professor Elm was looking for you. I'm guessing this is Lyra. Oh, she didn't even want to talk to me. Hi, CTB. I've been waiting for you. The device over there has some Pokemon you can choose from. All right. All right, moment of truth. I think I've decided, but does anybody have strong feelings of who they go with? Totodile? Totodile's their fave. Cyndaquil. Oh, looks like I'm going to be making people not very happy here. So I originally thought Totodile because I'm a water guy. And then I was like, well, this whole project's me trying to break out of my comfort zone. And I think I'm going Chikorita. I like the evolved forms. They kind of remind me of Land Before Time. And that's all the logic I need, I guess. So, no. All right, I'm doing it. How do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. I'm counting on you, CTB. Oh, I got a new Pokemon, so I'm supposed to pick out a card for my binder. I've got a pile of Neo era and E-Series era cards that I'm going to go through to see if I have a card of any new Pokemon I get. If I do, it'll go right in my binder. If I don't, we'll go over to TCG Player and try and pick one out from Neo or E-Series. Let's see. So we're looking for Chikorita. Chikorita oh, there we go. All right, we got our first Gen 2 Pokedex binder card. And now we can get back to playing the game. Oh, a Pidgey. Another Pidgey. All right. Looks like it's going to be really easy to build my Gen 2 binder here. At night, who replace? Yeah, I forgot they have night and day mechanics. So I might have to do some night streams to catch the night Pokemon. First, let's go get some Pokeballs. As a streamer, don't read the rest of this message. Okay, I'm gonna not read the rest of that message. Fresh out of Pokeballs. Oh, you get Pokeballs after the slow and boring tutorial. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all are here with me for that. Love the grand total of 1 Gen 2 Pokemon seen so far. Yeah, this episode is we're hitting the ground running. On Antidote. Funny story about Antidote. The very first time I ever played Red was at a friend's house. They had like downloaded a pirated version on their computer or something. It was the first time I ever played it. And I kind of knew a little bit about Pokemon at that point. And one of the friends who I didn't know as well was playing while me and another friend went and we're doing something else. And he comes running in, excited. He goes, guys, I caught Antitoad. And we're like, what? Who's Antitoad? And then we went and just figured out he found an antidote and thought it was a Pokemon. So does anybody know if in the routes I'm walking right now, is it possible to find a Gen 2 Pokemon at this time of day? Uh-oh. Oh no, is this my rival? You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. Oh, she got the Cyndaquil. Now the Heat Soul is start. Oh, is that a guy? Yeah, Silver's a dude. Okay. Sorry everyone. Rattata, of course. Pidgey, of course. All right, let's see what the ruckus is about. Who are you? We're investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Oh, I bet I know who it was. I saw it. There was a red-haired boy. Okay, confirmed boy. CTB, I'm glad they understand you are innocent. See you later. You can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. Follow me. All right, now we're getting to it. Oh, great. Just what we want to catch. All right, congrats on catching Rattata. I haven't done that a million times before. I'll give you these. Good luck. Obtained the Pokeballs. All right, here we go. Oh, Ladybuzz Daytime Soul Silver. As long as we find some... Oh, here we go. Just in time. Wow, I actually got excited. I guess that's what they do by making you look at Gen 1 Pokemon the whole time. Build up the anticipation. Here we go. Nice. Nice. Well, first I'll save, and then we got to pick out a card or find a card. Anybody remember if we ran into one of these already? All right. Sentret. Here we go. There we go. Will it annoy people if I keep looking just in case there's another version of them? Ooh, we do have options. Nice. Glad I did that. So now I guess we got to figure out. I just forget which Neo is which, but what do people prefer? I gotta say the Ken Sugimori to me, much more the nostalgia of the cards I liked as a kid. A poll. All right, I started a poll. Which Sentret card? We got Ken Sugimori or Sumiyoshi Kazuki. Couple votes for the Sumiyoshi now. Didn't you guys hear me talk about how nostalgic the Ken Sugimori one made me? All right, whichever one breaks the 50-50 mark, I'll end it. Winner, Sumiyoshi it is. All right. I'm not upset about that. Happy day, happy day. Whoops. There it is. 2 down, 2% done. Am I cooked on this route now? I got to keep advancing to get new guys. Gen 2 is my favorite. Played hundreds of hours of Crystal and Soul Silver. Sweet. Well, that's what I'm here for, is to have some of that rub off on me. That didn't sound very right, but you know what I mean. Favorite evolution. I revealed my favorite evolution in my, what did I call that video? The one ranking Pokemon by popularity / prices. Vaporeon is my evolution. See a Jolteon in there. Speaking of Jolteon, anyone watching the Ian with Ian series where he's collecting every Jolteon? I actually recorded a conversation with him. He's helping me, or we're collabing on a video, kind of going through a lot of FAQs that we get as species collectors. So that was exciting. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are following that series. Can you show us your trainer ID real quick? Maybe. This? Am I getting doxxed on my trainer card? Does that have my IP? You can get Mareep and Hoppip here. Ooh. All right, let's do that. Ooh. All right, Mareep. Well, we get our third Pokedex entry. Nice. With that, we have caught a third Pokemon for the Pokedex. Flaffy will have a evolution of it. Okay, so we do have a Neo. Oh boy, I think we're gonna have a lot of Mareeps to choose from. Different Flaffy. There. So we have a Ken Sugimori classic illustration, Itsuko Mashida, and a Sumiyoshi Kazuki. Let me get a poll set up. Ken, Itsuko, Sumiyoshi. Looks like there's a clear winner. I am definitely okay with that. I like that card. I was so annoyed when I was making my list of all the English Japanese cards I would need for my binder. I kept finding more. Yep. That's the secret to putting a good collection together, is make clear boundaries of what you're trying to include, because the further out you go, the more you keep finding. Here we go. Ain't that the truth? Ian says. Hi, Ian. Welcome in. I was talking about you earlier. A lot of people in the chat watch your series, so just so you know, you got fans here. All here to take note. I'm the one getting schooled here today, Ian. All right, looks like everyone's excited that Ian's here. Cool. Let's get back into it here. Were people saying there was someone else to find in this grass besides Mareep? Yes, Hoppip. Okay, so we're looking for Hoppip. Hoppip is just a 10% chance though. Okay, so maybe we'll use this as an opportunity to grind a couple levels and try and find a Hoppip. You do me a solid and go to the Pokemon Center. There's an easier way to get Wooper now. Get Slugma way earlier. Interesting. All right, I'm going to the Pokemon Center. So, Wiljo, was there something you wanted me to do at the Pokemon Center? Talk to the guy near the PC. Oh man, are we getting high tech here? Use passwords to get eggs. All right, we're in a whole new era of Pokemon for me. Hello, I'm from the TV show, The Show Me Show. I'm Primo, the big brother. Today, would you, one of my fans, tell me what you think of me? Yes. Man, what would I do without y'all? Okay, so this is where I'm supposed to put in a password or something. I'm having a skill issue again. Flame Boy. Okay. Oh, Flame Body. Flame Body. Okay. We're figuring it out. Hero. Flame Body Hero. Yep, that's it. Oh my, is that how you feel about me? Never thought of it that way before. By the way, how do you like the way I am so exciting and fun? I'll tell ya. Strong plants. Boy, I've never caught Pokemon this way before. I'll tell you that. You are no ordinary fan knowing such a thing. You are a trainer, right? I'll pull some strings for you. I think I can swing a deal and give you this egg. You take good care of it. Huh. All right, someone's going to have to teach me about eggs now. What do I do with eggs? For Slugma, it's grass mat. Can I just get another egg right away? I guess we'll see. Slugma egg. Wow. Cheat codes. I punched in your trainer ID to get specific passwords that work with your file. Oh, I see. So I was doxxed. Okay, so those are cooking. While those are cooking, we can try to go back and find the Hoppip. Do eggs count as new Pokemon if we know what's hatching from them? I'm not counting them. Once they hatch, we'll do the exciting stuff, which is a rule I just made up, I guess. Feels right. Eggs equal black-white proxies. That's a good way to put it. Love the videos. Do you ever get intimidated by the number of Pokemon to get through? Nope. This project I started as a very slow burn. It does get distressing when people say, oh, my favorite Pokemon's this. It's going to be 15 years till you get to it. But before you know it, I'll be on it and we'll all be having fun still. He did upload Golbat, Oddish, and Gloom in 9 days. Yeah, that's true. I started to try and reconfigure in my brain how many videos I want to get out. Instead of my goal being a week so that I get them out every 10 days, I'm going to try and do 2 every week so that I get them out once a week. That makes sense? I think that makes sense. Honestly, I love that you're so passionate about Gen 1, and I really appreciate the care you put towards the underloved Mons. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think there's plenty of love to go around. I wouldn't say there's a single Gen 1 Pokemon that I'm not happy to cover. So the goal here is by the time I get to Gen 2 and beyond, I want to have that same appreciation. Even Mr. Mime. I'm cool with Mr. Mime. Gives a little bit of that Uncanny Valley vibes, especially in Detective Pikachu. Don't you mean Ash's dad? LOL. Is that canon? Joey. CTB, howdy. It's Joey, how are you? Oh yeah, I saw a wild Caterpie. I thought about going for it, but then I failed. I wouldn't tell people about that, Joey. We're gonna get a Hoppip here pretty soon. What level does Chikorita evolve? Am I getting close? 15, 16, something like that. Level 16. Okay, we're 2 away. I'll have a race to see if I evolve Chikorita or find Hoppip first. I'm stressing over one Pokemon. You're tackling 1025. More power to you. Oh, and by the time I get to 1025, there will probably be 1500 Pokemon. So it'll be a lot closer to the end of that point. That's true. The full distance is always growing. The remaining distance is always shrinking. Make a poll. Which are you getting first, Chikorita or Hoppip? All right. You can still catch Hoppip in the next route. The chance there is 35% instead of 10. Maybe we keep trying until one of the two things happens and then we can move on. All right. So everyone thinks we're going to evolve Chikorita before we find Hoppip. All right. Here comes the Hoppip luck. Here we go. No. Would be wild if Hoppip appears as a shiny. Oh, there we go. I suppose I should make a rule if I catch a shiny and a shiny card exists, I have to get that for the binder. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness. Good thing we weren't putting real money on that poll, guys. Now I just gotta make sure I don't accidentally knock this guy out. God, I'm so nervous about it, like getting a critical hit here now. Should I just try throwing a ball? Try throwing a ball. Oh my God. What did I do? Oh, I fat fingered it. Oh my God. No. Oh man. Well, it looks like the poll was rigged, everybody. Everybody was right. I cannot believe I did that. Oh. Right back at it. Okay. I'm going to breathe for 5 seconds before any button I push. Fight makes sense. Tackle makes sense to do. We got to find a Pokeball. Who'd have thought a common Pokemon like Hoppip would be this much drama for me? All right, we're good. I better save just in case anything else horrible can happen. Okay, time to go through the cards. There we go. There's a Hoppip. Do I have more? Ooh, two really good hop-up cards in here. Let me get a poll going for these two hop-up cards. First one's Kejimano Himeno and Toshinao Aoki. There's your options. All right, it looks like it's Kejimaru, which I am definitely good with. That's a nice looking card. Progress. What's the mission now? Bellsprout Tower time. Where's that? Are you gonna do this Crazy Games post game? I don't think so. Is that just like a return to Kanto? I thought I heard that somewhere. Yeah, I'm probably gonna avoid that unless somehow that is where I'll find a lot more Gen 2 Pokemon, but it doesn't sound like it. A lot of Gen 2 Pokemon are ironically locked in Kanto. Oh, well, maybe we'll make that journey. All right, we're getting close to the evolution. Can you change time for Hoot Hoot? I think just for the fun of it, I'm probably gonna try and do some nighttime streams and go catch some of the nighttime Pokemon. Hopefully people are able to join. Level 16. That hopefully means something. What? Chikorita's evolving? Congratulations, your Chikorita evolved into Bayleaf. I have a feeling we didn't run into any Bayleafs in that pile we've been sorting through. Time to go shopping. I think that's likely the case. All right, it's official. No bay leaves in the pile. So I'm gonna pick one out. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, I think I'm gonna stick to Neo era or E-Series era. So that's what I have this filtered to. Oh, Ivory Aspen said, I think you should include Heart Gold Soul Silver era cards. It's centered around this game. That is interesting, actually. I might do that. Well, should I pull that first? All right, while people are voting, I'm gonna dig through my box. I don't think I have many Heart Gold Soul Silver. 85% say we should include it, so cool. Good call, Ivory. Yeah, I agree. Good suggestion, Ivory. More unknown. Oh, let me gain him for later. Okay, so we still got to do shopping, but okay, so it added one option for Bayleaf, the Heart Gold Soul Silver. So let me make a poll quick. Polls up. Right now, Heart Gold Soul Silver's in the lead. Looks like my wallet must be participating in the vote. Is that it? Everyone voted? All right, easy peasy. So I will add this to my cart. Looks like we got a little bit of grind that we can start out the next one with. So I think I'm gonna close it out here. This to me feels like it was very successful, very fun. I appreciate all the people chatting, helping me through the game, giving me secret passwords to get eggs, and babying me through the new features. So as of now, the plan was to just do every Sunday at noon. Keep an eye out, put on notifications or whatever, you know, if you really do want to make sure you're following along. Keep coming back. This was an awesome first stream, so thanks everyone for joining in. Ivory, seemed like you joined kind of late, but then had a huge impact on the project, so thank you for joining. Thanks everybody.